What is going on, guys? My name is Knickknack and I am here to talk about an Injustice 2 video. Now at first, when Injustice was first announced, I was like, oh great, this is awesome. I kind of saw it coming though, with the pattern that NetherRealm Studios has had with their games. But it's kind of nice to see Injustice 2 kind of coming back, even though like the first game was doing pretty good, especially being one of DC's best fighting games. Now it is nice that it's already here. That's kind of surprising though that Ed Boon is already talking about guest characters. See, I already find that the DLC for the first Injustice I thought was pretty good. I honestly know that a lot of people were kind of disappointed that Scorpion took away a lot of like spaces for another superhero or villain that could make it in. But as Ed Boon already talked about, he said that Scorpion was the highest selling character out of the Injustice roster. And if you look in the pattern, Freddy Krueger was the highest for MK9, and you have Predator, who was the highest selling one for Combat Pack 1 for Mortal Kombat X. So you can see that yes, there's probably going to be guest characters coming in Injustice. But the big question is who is going to be the guest characters? Since there's already been a bunch of talks already talking about with Ed Boon already in here with, I forgot who it was specifically, but yeah, anyway, he was out talking about the Injustice DLC, and he said there is going to be a specific pattern throughout the entire games that they're going to be following. Mortal Kombat 9 had 4 characters, Injustice had 6, Mortal Kombat X had 8, and if you can follow the pattern there, yes, it does seem like Injustice 2 will be having 10 DLC characters. That is a little crazy, I think, honestly, but, you know, I guess it's a good thing though, but honestly, the one thing I hope is, I felt like MKX did a little bit of this, only just for one character. If they're gonna go with DLC, they shouldn't go with any story-driven characters. Like, for an example, you fought Tanya a couple times in the MKX story, and what do you see? She's a DLC character. I'd find it much better if you would see the character in the story and you already get to play as them on disc. That'd be fine with me though. See, that's my thing. This is what my issue is. Not really issue, but it's just what I want to see happen with the Injustice 2 DLC. I really don't want to see characters who are part of the story be DLC characters. That is, I honestly think, one of the worst things that could happen. It's just, there's like, you could have maybe a character in the story that serves no purpose to the entire, you could have a character in the main series DLC which has no purpose serving to the story, and you have, for an example, someone else who served a lot to the story in their DLC. See, it would be better if the roles were reversed. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about for this. Now, for the DLC characters, I hope that all of them, the ones that are part of it, don't really serve a purpose in the story. They could be mentioned, they could have like a brief cameo, but not like you fight them or you get to see them on your side for something. But yes, I just don't want to see them be fought, like you fight them in the game or something. It's just better if you just kind of see them. For an example, like General Zod wasn't even mentioned once at all in Injustice, and what do you get? Guess what? He's in the DLC. Now, I'm gonna get right to this. I feel like I'm starting to get off the topic here though, but anyway, that's just my point of view, what I want to see. Anyway, so here's who I feel that here's 3 of them so far out of 10. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to talk about 3 of them that I feel have potential being in the game. First off, I'm just going to say for the first DLC character I feel that's going to make it in the game is going to be a fan favorite of mine, and a favorite for a lot of fans in the DC universe, especially for the Batman Arkham games. And the first character I feel fits the role well is the Arkham Knight. I feel the Arkham Knight is a good fit for the universe though, because A, he doesn't serve a lot to the story. He was a fan favorite for people who loved Arkham Knight. Now, I feel like the good thing is though that every character is going to be having gear, and I feel that his gear would be nice because maybe he'd have a different jacket, maybe he'd have, spoiler alert right here, the Red Hood helmet that he revealed at the end of the game. You could see him wearing a bunch of other stuff. He works. He fits the universe. He's known some characters. He could probably continue the hatred against Batman in the story, like in the clashes and the introductions and all that. See, I feel he would work. That's the thing. Now, I don't know any other characters. I just want to say Arkham Knight for the first one though, because there's a huge list of choices that could be made for Injustice 2 for characters. So I'm going to go straight to the two guest characters I feel are going to make it into the game. Now the first one has been talked about since MK9 making an appearance. He was supposed to make an appearance in Injustice. It was supposed to happen in MKX, and I have a huge chance it's going to be happening in Injustice 2. And that is Spawn. I feel Spawn is a better fit for actually Injustice than he is for Mortal Kombat. There's already a lot of dark characters that are in the DC universe, and I feel he fits the tone much better in the DC lore because he's an anti-hero. See, I feel he's a lot better in this universe than he would be in Mortal Kombat. And the good thing is, though, that since he is a Spawn from Hell, he could have a lot of introductions or ideas from him coming straight from Hell. He could be coming in from multiple ways. He could also have, something a little different, like he could be having, especially for his gear system. He could have the Letha at the House of K, the cape that he has. He could have, weapons all around him when he doesn't have his cape on. He could be having, a bunch of, bandoliers, bullets and gun holsters around him. There's a lot of things you can do with Spawn, since he's very genre based, I guess is what you can say. But yeah, anyway, he works a lot. He could work perfectly, especially for Injustice 2's gear system. And the last one, when I first heard people talking about this idea, bringing up having him come into Injustice 2, I was a little iffy on it. I didn't think it would work well because he wouldn't have lived up to the first guest character that Injustice had. And then this last one, looking back at it, I feel he fits now, and that is Sub-Zero. Yes, I know, Sub-Zero, I know a lot of people are going to be like, really, why? But hear me out on this one. See, in the MKX storyline, Scorpion and Sub-Zero kind of became allies, and if they want to stick with the storyline of Injustice 1 and, the guest characters, you could have, Scorpion still in this universe, but for his introduction, Sub-Zero is coming in trying to find Scorpion. My bad. Sub-Zero's trying to find Scorpion. So for introductions with mainly Batman and Superman, he could walk up saying, I'm looking for this man named Hanzo, and they could be just trying to talk him down and say, you are another intruder invading Earth or something. Yeah. See, Sub-Zero could be in there trying to be finding Scorpion. And that could be his arcade ending or ladder, whatever they're gonna call it. But yeah, that's what his could be. And I feel that a lot of his gear could be there's a lot, especially spanning from all the Mortal Kombat games. He could have the Cryomancer arms, which make his ice attacks much stronger. He could have the Cryo mask, making his defense stronger. There's a lot. He could have the Cryo weapon. There's a lot that there's going. I can keep going on and on about Sub-Zero. But I do feel that out of all the Mortal Kombat characters, I feel that Sub-Zero would fit the realm following up from Scorpion. So, yes, I'm going to end it there, though. But yeah, thank you guys. What do you guys feel about the Injustice 2 roster for DLC? What guest characters do you think would make it into the DLC roster? And what characters do you think will make it into the DLC roster as well? Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will look back at your comments to kind of reply to all of them. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.